iced sugar cookies. Now the ingredients we have here are 1 1/4 cup of flour, a little bit of baking powder, which is 1 teaspoon, with a pinch of salt, an egg with a little bit of vanilla extract mixed in there, about a teaspoon, and 3/4 cup of sugar, as well as 1 full stick of butter. It's gonna be delicious. Now you add your flour right into your bowl and mix in the rest of your dry ingredients. Go ahead and just whisk that together with your fork. Get it ready. And then you're going to want to cut your butter in. And what that means is you're just going to cut the butter in segments right into the flour. So, looks like that. Alright, it looks a little appetizing. Now you're just going to want to mix this all together. Go ahead and add in your sugar right now. Sweeten things up. And just vanilla extract. It's going to join your rest of its friends. Go right in there. Then you're going to want to start working this with your hands. Now, dump this entire mass, and make sure you don't leave anything behind, right into a small container, which I have right over here, and let it chill for about 30 minutes in the refrigerator. My hands are ridiculously gunky. That is one of the bad side effects of this recipe. So go ahead and take this mixture, put it in your refrigerator, and let it rest there for 30 minutes. Okay, so we're gonna move on to the part where we make the little balls out of the cookies and put them in the pan. Now, I have here a pretty big pan, about 1 foot by 1 foot, or a little bit larger, and it's well greased with oil. And here I have our dough, which is rested for 30 minutes. As you can see, it's flattened out a bit, and it's just became smoother and easier to work with. So what you're gonna wanna do is take a spoon and take a healthy sized scoop of this, and take it out into your hand. And it's gonna be a little bit sticky, but I'm just gonna have to deal with that. And roll this up into a tight, tiny little ball. Some dough's gonna fly, doesn't really matter. And then you're going to place the ball onto the pan. And you're gonna repeat this a few more times until you've pretty much covered the entire pan. Alright, so as you can see, I've got around 12 in here. Actually, exactly 12. And if you've got a bigger or flatter pan, as you can see, I put some space in here. If you've got a bigger one, then put more space. Because the more space between them, the better. Because in this type of pan, which is the largest one we've got, they might stick together a little, which we can cut apart, and it's not a big problem, but it's better if they're farther apart. So we're gonna go ahead and put this into the oven with my sticky little hands. Alright, you're gonna take this and put it into a 350-degree oven, which is the frosting for these sugar cookies. And what you're gonna need for this is 2 cups of powdered sugar. Seems like a lot, but it's going to disappear into the frosting. 1/4 cup of half and half mixed with 1 tablespoon of vanilla extract. Again, seems like a lot, but you need that flavor, and a whole stick of butter. So what you're going to do is start off by putting your stick of butter into a small bowl like this. Make sure you get all of that in there. And you're going to cream the butter, which means, kind of break it down and get some air into it. And not for too long, just enough until it kind of looks like this. A nice, smooth paste. Next, you're going to add some of your milk in there. Go ahead and add most of it and mix this up slowly. It may look slightly unappealing now, but once you add the powdered sugar, everything's going to come together. So once you've got that in there, go ahead and add in some of your powdered sugar. Again, not all of it, but just enough so that it comes together slightly. And you should see it form this thick kind of like paste. And that's a good sign. So go ahead and add in much more of your powdered sugar. In fact, go ahead and dump in the rest of it. And add in a little bit more of your milk. And you may not be using all your milk in this scenario. So you're going to want to mix this together. And it's going to form this really thick, nice frosting. Alright, once your frosting is nice and thick like this, you can go ahead and put it in your refrigerator to set up, wait for your cookie dough to form, and that is the rest of your icing. As you can finally move on to frosting your cookies. So what I've done is put a large dollop of icing on there, about a tablespoon or two. And what you're going to want to do is go ahead and spread this out pretty evenly all along the cookie. It's pretty simple. You don't have to get it perfect because you're going to be completely dousing this with sprinkles later. And that's the part. So you're just going to go ahead and get a nice assortment on there. Blue is a nice color. And here they are, my ice sugar cookies.